Hey everyone, Felix from Nintendo Life here, and Nintendo has bloomin' done it. They finally released their music on a streaming platform, but in the most Nintendo way possible. See, instead of putting it on Spotify or Apple Music like any other company, they've gone and made their own streaming service, which is only available through NSO. Maybe you're considering to take the plunge, or you just want to know what's included in the app. Well, in that case, this video is just for you. We'll go over everything this app includes, all its special features, and also it'll be cool to see in the future how the app looked initially. So if you are from the future, well, yeah, we only have 22 games at start. But without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So first off, this is an app, so you'll find it in the App Store or the Google Play Store depending on what phone you have. There is no desktop version, which is really a shame, but on Apple at least, you can AirPlay your music from your iPhone to your Mac and then listen to it on really good speakers. Essentially, it's like using your desktop speakers as a Bluetooth speaker, which is what I'm doing. I've had no issues with it whatsoever, so I can just listen to Animal Crossing while I work. That is just wonderful. If you're not seeing your app on the App Store, well, what I would first do is I would go to just any other Nintendo app and then click on the publisher, and then the app should pop up. That's how I found it, because it wasn't showing up on my App Store. But it could also be that it is not in your region. So far, as reported by our staff writer, Ollie Reynolds, we've been able to determine the availability of these regions: North America, Europe, UK, and Japan. So if you're not in any of those regions, do let us know down in the comments below so we can update that list if it's available in more regions. So you've logged into the account that has the NSO subscription, and this is just the standard one, just to be clear. And yeah, there's 22 games included at start, which is not as much as I'd hoped. But when we talk a game, we mean every single track. So for example, Animal Crossing New Horizons has 407 tracks. So what are the 22 soundtracks on offer? Well, I'll tell you right now. On the Switch, we have Pikmin 4 with 153 tracks, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet with 199 tracks, Splatoon 3 with 118 tracks, Animal Crossing New Horizons with 407 tracks, the biggest of the lot, Kirby Star Allies with 213 tracks, Super Mario Odyssey with 136 tracks, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with 149 tracks, and the last Switch game we have is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild with 211 tracks. Then we move on to the other consoles, which have significantly less entries per system. On the Wii, we have 2 soundtracks, Super Mario Galaxy with 81 tracks, and Wii Channels with 62 tracks, the only non-game on this list. The DS also has 2 soundtracks, Tomodachi Collection, now that's a pig and a half, with 62 tracks, and Nintendogs with 50 tracks. The GameCube has 1 singular game, and it's Metroid Prime with 36 tracks. And same with the Game Boy Advance, Fire Emblem The Blazing Blade with 100 different tracks. It's also slim pickings with the N64, which has The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time with 82 tracks. No Majora's Mask, but we do have Lylat Wars, or as more people know it, Star Fox 64 with 39 tracks. On the SNES, we have Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island with 26 tracks, and Donkey Kong Country also with 26 tracks. On the Game Boy, it's Kirby's Dream Land with 15 tracks, and Dr. Mario with only 8 tracks, the smallest of the bunch. Lastly, we have 3 NES soundtracks, Metroid with 12 tracks, Metroid Famicom Disk System with also 12 tracks, and Super Mario Bros. With 16 tracks, making for a grand total of 2,213 tracks. Woof. But even still, there's a lot of big gaps in this library. Many of these consoles only has 2 games max per system. Also, rather bizarrely, some of the games has the DLC soundtrack, for example Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but Animal Crossing New Horizon doesn't. So yeah, I don't know why some are there and some are not, just wanted you all to know that that is the case. Now, we already know a handful of games that are coming at a later date, and the confirmed ones so far is Wii Sports, Super Mario 64, The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, Splatoon 2, The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker, Donkey Kong Country 2 Diddy Kong's Quest, and F-Zero X. So we're gonna get drip-fed these soundtracks a little by little, which to me is really a shame, but you can't have everything. What Nintendo has done right though is the interface and layout of this app because it is bloody brilliant. There is lots and lots of custom made by Nintendo playlists, and these fit every mood. There's a Bowser playlist if you're feeling extra devious one day, a rainy Animal Crossing playlist for when it's raining outside and you want to match the mood. There's so many outside of the custom ones that you can create yourself, so yeah, you'll feel right at home if you've used Spotify and the likes in the past. It also suggests songs based on what you hear. If you want to hear specific playlists regarding a game, you just click on the game in the search section and then you'll get to the top picks, all tracks, and also every playlist made with tracks for that game, with related playlists and games to top it off. Pretty neat, I would say. You can download your playlist to be able to hear them offline, make your own playlists, and some really cool features this app has is that you can hide certain games to avoid spoilers, and coolest of all, you can extend almost all songs to 15, 30, and 60 minutes. Almost in the sense that some tracks just don't loop, so this feature doesn't show up there. But most of them do, so yeah, there's nothing to worry about there. Unfortunately, this setting doesn't stay like that for the next song, so you have to go back and extend that song for every song that you want to extend, which to me really is a shame because, yeah, I just want to set 15 minutes for all the songs that I'm hearing right now, and you can only do it for one at a time. There's even an extended playlist for each game, but in here, they aren't extended. It just means that all the tracks in here are extendable, but it's the same issue. They are default length unless you go and extend them, which to me, again, is really a shame, something that you should be able to customize in the settings. And talking of settings, why don't we also go over what you can find there? Well, you can't find that you can just extend every song up to 15 minutes if possible. You can find playback history, change the quality you want your music in. For example, you can change it to balanced quality when you're using mobile data to use less data. And it's also here that you'll find the spoiler blocker I talked about earlier. So yeah, that's what's on the app. 22 games, 2,213 tracks. Yes, I did count. I mean, it was a bit easy because it tells you how many tracks there are in each game, but still, that's a lot of tracks considering the low amount of games. It's really nice to see Nintendo just keep adding stuff to NSO and not charging more for it. Love to see it. This is something that I will be using a whole lot, and yeah, now you know everything there is to know about the app. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out our website, nintendoloft.com, where you can find all sorts of Nintendo-related content. Stay safe, listen to some Nintendo music, and we'll see you in the next one. Felix from Nintendo Life, out.